Welcome. Today, we're going to have a mature and important conversation about health and well-being as we age. Our bodies are constantly changing, and habits that were once second nature can have different effects later in life. This is a natural part of living a long life. We're going to discuss a personal topic with the respect and clarity it deserves. Our goal today is not to cause concern, but to foster a deeper understanding of our own bodies. We'll explore how certain frequent habits can influence our physical and mental health after the age of 65. Please note, this video is for informational purposes. The insights we'll share relate to the effects of frequent or excessive activity. Sexual health is a normal and healthy part of life at any age. Our focus here is on awareness and the principle of moderation. By the end of this video, you will be empowered with knowledge to better understand what's happening inside your body, helping you make informed, confident decisions for your well-being. Let's begin this important conversation. The first point is about awareness of our heart health. Any activity that elevates heart rate and blood pressure, especially in brief, intense bursts, places a demand on our cardiovascular system. For younger individuals with elastic arteries, this is rarely a concern. However, as we age, our blood vessels naturally become less flexible. A sudden, sharp rise in heart rate can sometimes lead to feelings of dizziness or even irregularities. Think of it like walking up a flight of stairs. You feel your heart work harder. A similar physical response can occur here, but it can be more abrupt, without the gradual warm-up that comes with intentional exercise. This is why some older adults report feeling lightheaded or fatigued afterward. Consider William, a 72-year-old. He was healthy, but started noticing a tightness in his chest and feeling more out of breath than usual after certain private moments. His physician explained that these symptoms aren't uncommon, especially for those with a history of blood pressure issues. The advice wasn't to stop, but to be more mindful of his body's signals and avoid overexertion. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. As we get older, our recovery time after any exertion lengthens. If you have ever noticed dizziness or discomfort after this habit, your body is communicating with you. Recognizing these signals is key to preventing unnecessary stress on your heart. This brings us to our energy levels. It's a surprising connection, but frequent stimulation can sometimes lead to nervous system fatigue, leaving you feeling drained or mentally foggy. Your nervous system operates like a battery. As you age, that battery takes a bit longer to recharge. An activity that was a simple relaxation method in your youth may now be more taxing, leading to fatigue that you can't quite explain. Richard, a 69-year-old, felt unexplainably drained for months. He assumed it was just part of aging. However, after consciously reducing the frequency of certain habits for a few weeks, he was shocked to find his energy levels and focus significantly improved. The reason is linked to neurotransmitters in our brain, particularly dopamine. Dopamine is our pleasure and reward chemical. While it feels good in the moment, excessive stimulation can lead to what some call dopamine burnout. This is where the brain becomes less sensitive to pleasure over time, which can lead to feelings of lethargy and low motivation. The aging nervous system takes longer to recover from these fluctuations. The key takeaway is to understand your body's changing limits. If you felt an unusual sense of fatigue or lack of motivation, consider if this habit could be playing a role. Adjusting the frequency can make a noticeable difference in maintaining, rather than depleting, your daily energy. Many people believe that this habit before bed helps with sleep. While that can be true for some, for others, especially as we age, it can have the opposite effect. Instead of leading to deep, restful sleep, it can sometimes contribute to restlessness and frequent awakenings. Sleep is a delicate process governed by hormones, a key one being melatonin, which signals it's time to rest. Activities that trigger a large surge of dopamine can sometimes interfere with melatonin production, This can make it harder for your body to transition into a deep sleep state, even if you feel relaxed initially. Gerald, 74, couldn't understand why he kept waking up multiple times throughout the night. It wasn't until he learned about the interaction between dopamine and melatonin that he made a connection. By making small adjustments to his evening habits, he was able to sleep more soundly and wake up feeling truly refreshed. Poor sleep isn't just about feeling tired. It has a cumulative effect. For older adults, chronic sleep disruption is linked to increased inflammation and a higher risk of memory decline. When your body doesn't get enough deep sleep, it struggles to repair itself. If you've been experiencing poor sleep, it may be worth considering if the timing or frequency of this habit is a contributing factor. Small changes can make a significant difference in your sleep quality. This is an important topic for many men. As we age, the prostate naturally enlarges, a condition known as BPH. This can sometimes put pressure on the bladder, leading to more frequent urges to urinate. What is less known is that frequent overstimulation of this area can sometimes irritate the surrounding muscles and tissues. This can temporarily increase the sensation of needing to use the bathroom. Some men notice a weaker stream, a feeling of tightness, or other mild discomforts. Leonard, 71, noticed he was waking up more often at night. His doctor suggested that overstimulation could be temporarily worsening his symptoms. Leonard took a break from the frequent activity and, sure enough, his nighttime bathroom trips became less frequent, and he felt more comfortable. This is also connected to our pelvic floor muscles, which support bladder control. When these muscles are overstimulated without adequate recovery, they can become fatigued, which can impact full bladder control over time. If you have noticed changes in urinary patterns, consider if frequency of stimulation might be a factor. This isn't about causing alarm, but about providing information that can help you maintain comfort. Our hormones regulate our energy and emotional stability. This activity is tied to the release of key hormones, and when done too often, it can lead to subtle but significant fluctuations that may leave you feeling irritable or emotionally unsteady. The frequent rush of dopamine can, as we've discussed, lead to a depletion effect over time, making everyday activities feel less enjoyable. This can create a cycle where it takes more stimulation to feel satisfied. Edward, 68, started noticing unexplained mood swings. One day he'd feel focused, the next sluggish and irritated. He realized the connection was with his daily habits. By spacing out the frequency of this activity, he found his mood stabilized and his energy became far more consistent. Another factor is testosterone. While this hormone naturally declines with age, some studies suggest that frequent activity can lead to temporary dips, which can contribute to fatigue and reduced motivation. The key is moderation. Listening to your body and giving it time to reset can help restore your natural hormonal balance, leading to more stable energy and a greater sense of well-being. A lesser-known effect of very frequent stimulation is that it can lead to a gradual decline in sensitivity. The human nervous system is designed to adapt. When the same type of stimulation occurs too often, nerve receptors can become less responsive. This is why some older adults notice that sensations don't feel as strong as they used to, or that it takes more time and effort to reach the same level of satisfaction. This can sometimes lead to frustration, where something that once felt natural now requires more focus. Robert, 73, noticed this subtle shift. After learning that overstimulation could be a factor, he adjusted his habits, allowing his body more time to reset. He found that his natural sensitivity improved, making the experience more enjoyable again. This is often a reversible process. By simply giving your body more time to recover, many people find their natural sensitivity returns. It's about finding a balance that keeps experiences enjoyable rather than frustrating. This point is about our emotional health. As human beings, we are wired for connection. Emotional intimacy and deep personal interactions are crucial for our happiness. When any solitary activity becomes a primary outlet for comfort or stress relief, it can sometimes reduce the motivation to seek out real social engagement. This is not something that happens overnight, but it can be a gradual shift. James, a 75-year-old widower, found himself spending more time alone. He noticed he wasn't reaching out to friends as often. He eventually realized that relying on solitary habits for comfort was reinforcing his sense of isolation. When he made a conscious effort to join a local group and reconnect with friends, his overall mood improved dramatically. Meaningful interactions with others trigger the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. When social interactions decrease, we can feel a deeper sense of loneliness. If you felt more isolated than you'd like, it may be worth reflecting on the balance of your daily habits. Nurturing your social connections is one of the most powerful ways to maintain your emotional health as you age. Finally, let's touch on the pelvic floor. These are the muscles that support the bladder and prostate. As we age, they naturally weaken. Excessive strain on this area, especially when done frequently, can contribute to pelvic floor fatigue, which can lead to frustrating changes in bladder function. When these muscles weaken, it can result in increased urgency or occasional leakage. Harold, 70, started experiencing this. After learning about the connection between pelvic floor health and frequent stimulation, he decided to reduce the frequency and incorporated simple pelvic exercises into his routine. Within a few weeks, he noticed a real difference and felt more in control. Overuse can lead to muscle fatigue here, just like any other part of the body. The good news is that these issues can often be managed. Reducing frequency and practicing simple pelvic floor exercises can help restore control and reduce unnecessary strain. Small changes can lead to noticeable improvements in your comfort and confidence. As we conclude our conversation, I want to reiterate the main takeaway: awareness. The habits that served us in our younger years can have different effects as our bodies change. This is true for everything, from diet and exercise to the personal topics we've discussed today. The goal is never to create worry, but to provide insights that help you make informed, confident decisions for your own well-being. Your body is always communicating with you. If you notice changes in your energy, mood, or physical comfort, paying closer attention to your habits can reveal patterns you hadn't considered. The good news is that by being mindful, we can often make small adjustments that have a significant and positive impact. This is about listening to your body, finding a healthy moderation in all things, and maintaining a sense of vitality and confidence well into your later years. Thank you for joining me for this important and mature discussion. I hope you found it helpful. I invite you to share any insights you feel comfortable with in the comments below. Which of these points about body awareness resonated with you the most? Learning from one another's experiences is a powerful tool. If you found this video valuable, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support allows us to continue creating thoughtful content that serves our community. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.